All right, guys, on board this weekly buff behind me, beautiful black convertible Camaro SS 2017. I call this a 20-footer. When it came in from 20 feet away, it didn't look that bad. 2 feet away, scratches, swirl marks, other paint imperfections. This is a cool story with a cool car. Retired LAPT police officer brought us the car. We're gonna get it done. Stay tuned. This is what a transformation should look like when you get a ceramic coating.
One of the fastest growing brands for detailing products, chemicals, and coatings in the world.
All right, guys, on board this weekly buff, we've got a black Camaro, and you guys know black is not easy to maintain. This customer is from California, retired LAPD. He's a new customer unlocked. This thing has severe scratches, and right now we are prepping it, which is a decon wash with decon chemical. You can see the water is just sheeting on the car. There's like zero protection on the vehicle. It looks like ice, and as you guys see the before of the paint condition, it looks like somebody took steel wool to the paint. You got heavy scratches and swirls and micro marring, and this is going to take the right pattern product combination to remove. Stay tuned.
All right, guys, black Camaro, very severe scratches, swirl marks, rids, which are random independent scratches all over the vehicle. We got Josh working on it. And right now I'm going to talk about pad and product combination. We're using Evo 21 dual action polisher. This thing's a monster, works in conjunction with our 800 heavy cut polish. Now, this is an aggressive polish, so think of it like sandpaper. You have 800, 1,000, 1,200, the lower the number, the more aggressive. The higher number, the less aggressive cut. And we're using a gray synthetic wool with the 800 in order to level the paint. Now here's the deal. When you use a combination like this, it's gonna leave residual swirl marks or marring. That's what we call the paint appearance. And then you're gonna have to go back with a finishing polish or finishing cut. Now the pattern product combination, as you can see on the door of this Camaro, is a blue pad, which is a soft pad, which is a finishing pad, and the 3000. So this combination is getting us amazing results. This is a two-step process. He is using a yellow VA fine foam pad for marring that won't come out with the 3000, which is a more aggressive. So guys, pattern product combination is key. This is a customer, he's ex-LAPD, brand new customer, found me on social media, and he wanted to transform this car like the day he bought it from the showroom. Check it out.
All right, guys, we got Josh on the paint correction. We're using the Evo 21 dual action polisher. And by the way, folks, you can pick one of these up at glossit.com. We are the manufacturer. This is a professional machine used by professional detailers. Pattern product combination is super important. Now we're using a combination of two types of wool pads. You can buy also at glossit.com. And these pads are essential for leveling the scratches and imperfections in this black finish. This is going to require a 2 to 3 step process, which means we're using a heavy cut, a mild cut, and a finishing polish in order to get these imperfections out. 95% of the finish is in the prep. If you're not knocking these scratches and swirl marks and you put a coating down, it's going to be really apparent that you have a super shiny finish, but you're not going to have the clarity that you need in order to ceramic coat. So it's super important that you remove the imperfections before applying a ceramic coating. We see a lot of people make this mistake when they buy a coating for $9.95 and then they're disappointed with the outcome because the coating didn't last. And when you make this type of mess when you're polishing and buffing, we're gonna have to rewash the car to get all the dust and debris out, and then we can ceramic coat it. But guys, this is super important when shopping for a ceramic coating. Make sure you get the paint checked out by a professional. All right, guys, it is now time to apply the ceramic coating. What is a ceramic coating? Well, our coating is a glass resin. It is a quartz coating, it's silica, and it has solids in it just like paint does, so it's gonna have a viscosity or thickness to it. Now, this viscosity must be done in layers in order to get proper durability, but also you have to apply it in the right format. If you do not apply it right, you're gonna get high and low spots. As you guys can see the before, and we're gonna show you the after. As you can see here in the video, it looks like fresh paint. And this is what we call 80-85% because there are certain imperfections that color sanding or polishing will not remove. Now, we use the Gloss Enhancer Quick Detailer to help level the coating. It does not remove the resin, but does remove the solvent, which is the transport for the ceramic coating. And these guys are doing a fantastic job. And we're using an 80-20 towel, and then we'll follow up with a thicker 550 GSM, as you see in the video, an orange thicker pad once leveling the coating, and we'll do a final wipe down with our ceramic detail spray. So guys, I have an upcoming webinar. If you would like to jump on a free training class, we're going to be holding one this month. Be sure to click in the bio where you can register to get on this free webinar. If you're in a detail business and you're stuck and you're trying to go to the next level, you got to have the right skill sets and you must have the expertise to execute a job. As you guys can see in this video, under the focused lighting, the paint looks marvelous, but as we say, the sun never lies. We've got it outside in direct sunlight. We're gonna get feedback from the customer. Stay tuned. I'm anxious to see what he has to say about the final outcome. All right, guys, another weekly buff, another new customer unlocked. Ex-sheriff from LA, correct?
That's correct.
How many years?
30 years.
30 years. So he took the early retirement. Most of the guys I know are going 40.
I
He took
can't
the
do 40
30-year
in
plan.
LA.
No?
No.
So he brought the black Camaro to us and he showed me pictures of the vehicle when it was brand new. And that was how many years ago?
Ooh, that was 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
8 years ago, and I've been looking for that look ever since. Didn't think I was going to get it. Checked out paint shops, other detail shop. Matter of fact, I spent like $100 to get a detail a couple of years ago thinking, hey, that might do it. Didn't touch it. So
Yeah.
I was almost at my wit's end. And somebody told me to check you out on Facebook.
Yeah.
They said, hey, this guy Rich, go check him out. They told me that back in June.
Yeah,
Yeah, I said, well, I'll get around to it. As you see now, it's February.
that's right.
So I did.
But
I
you're
looked-
retired, right? So you're living on a different time frame.
That's another story.
Yeah.
Got
we could
that
talk,
right.
We can
That's
talk
a-
about that another
That's
time.
another. But yeah, I checked other shops, and what I like about here is that the walkthrough. I get to see what's going on. I get to see your product, and I was impressed. I was impressed. And now the car looks as good, if not better, than when I bought it. The car's almost 9 years old.
So me and the sheriff, we sat down and kind of went back and forth about, you know, what we're gonna do, what the plan of action. And the biggest factor was, what's the cost gonna be? Well, he knows that I like telling stories on YouTube and social media because I believe in show me, don't tell me,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
And we
Correct.
come from the same thread,
That's right.
right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, be upfront. You know, one thing about everybody, time is important to everyone.
Correct.
And I like the fact that when we did that, you told me up front, you know, hey, I'm going to do what I promised to do, and I can't cut corners. So the cost is what it is.
Right.
You know, and I understand that and I respect that.
Because it's just like, you know, you're in law enforcement and you got to have a certain skill set to have a certain role of responsibility on the team.
Correct. Correct.
And if you don't train on that skill set over and over and over again,
Mess up the team.
you mess up the team.
Mess up the team. Know
Right.
your role.
Know your role, right?
There you go.
And so we have systems in place, and that's what Gloss has been doing for over 30 plus years. And I've been training thousands of guys in the industry on how to execute this type of job, this type of standard. And this is super important. He knew when I looked him directly in the eyes that there was 100% confidence in what I was gonna do.
I did, which is why I left it the same day.
Yeah,
That wasn't the plan. But
wasn't the
after
plan.
talking to you, like I can leave it, and whatever I have to do, I have to do.
right, and get it done.
And get it done.
So what advice would you give people out there when they're driving around, say Vegas, and they're looking for somebody to restore their paint, and they keep looking for the cheapest guy in town? What would you tell people out there? Look at, you know,
Don't do the cheapest. I found some a lot cheaper. But when I looked at some of the work, matter of fact, most of the work I looked at was through magazines. It's nothing like actually seeing the vehicle and watching it get done. I walked through the bay back there. The cheapest, I found a lot cheaper, but none of it looked like what this looks like. And I would just say, you may end up doing that 2 or 3 times. So,
You mean, that's a good point, right?
Yeah.
You might have to spend 2, 3 times
and
the
you're
cost.
gonna end up spending the same thing anyway, and you could have got it done right. And I stand by it. It looks great. This is the look I was looking for.
And how were the updates, the pictures? Tell about the
and
experience.
that was great. I mean, getting updates from the time it was being washed through the time this part was done, that part was done. This is what we're doing now. We're winding it up now. Hey, we're going to do this, and so far as helping me out, because I had a couple of little things in there, they actually took care of that. I can hardly see them now, and the updates were great. That's what I think also stands apart from a lot of other places. I can't say it, but I doubt they do it that way.
And that's true.
I love that part.
That's the experience, because sometimes when you guys are looking for a service, you're focused on the outcome is important, but it's also the relationship and the experience while the outcome's being done. And a lot of people don't factor that in when they're getting the car worked on.
They don't.
Right?
They don't. They just, hey, who's going to do it for the cheapest? And heck, 30 years ago, that was me.
Right.
But you learn as you age.
Right, you get wise.
Sometimes the cheap becomes expensive.
So you just said it. Say that again to them.
Sometimes the cheap becomes expensive.
Right. So guys, he's been a sheriff for over 30 years. He is very, very smart when it comes to making choices and decisions because he understands consequences, right?
Consequences to everything.
And there's a price for consequences.
Sure is.
And so if you guys would like to be featured on the Weekly Buff like the sheriff, we're actually going to have a clickbait video that says the sheriff stole a black Camaro. It doesn't look the same anymore when he got it back, right?
There you go.
You like that?
I like
bad
that.
boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do
like
when
that.
they come for it? And he knows that song over and over again, right?
I do.
So guys, go ahead and visit gidetail.com to get your free estimate by me or my team. Let's get you protected. Let's get it done first time. Let's not pay twice. We'll see you next week. This is Rich. Thank you for visiting our YouTube channel, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Now, if you're a professional detailer and you're looking to grow your business, go ahead and click the video here. If you are a weekend warrior and you want to learn some pro detailing tips, go ahead and click here. And if you're looking to get into the detail business or you want to grow your detail business, go ahead and click below.